Did you move to Florida dreaming of a beautiful food forest and garden? I did too, and then I made every mistake in the book. Today I'm going to react to 5 big fails that people do in food forests and how you can avoid those mistakes. Fail number 1, ignoring the soil. Sand is not dirt. Amending the soil in Florida is key. You need good topsoil, you need mulch, you need compost, and you need the ability to supplement that on your own property without having to bring it in. That will save you tons of time, tons of money, and make it more organic and connect you more to the soil and how you're growing your food. So one of the fixes for the sandy soil conditions here in Florida is getting topsoil. We have a place locally that we get topsoil from. Check out the link in the description. And this is what it looks like. The topsoil that we get from there has a good bit of organic matter in it. It holds moisture well and provides nutrients for our plants. The next piece to that whole soil puzzle is a good mulch. We again get that from the local place. This mulch is the Florida mulch, so it's, pretty chunky, but it works well to give a cover. It helps to keep the moisture in the soil and protect the plants. I mean, there is stuff in it that we have to dig out. That looks like some cloth, and we find plastic. So far, we haven't found any place that's perfect for the mulch and it just not having debris in it that we need to pull out. What do you guys find? Where do you get your mulch? And how is the quality of it? Do you have to pull out plastic and other stuff? Let me know in the comments. Ultimately, we would like to be producing all of our mulch and compost here. Right now, we're not to that point yet, but one Mexican sunflower, which I featured in other videos, is one of the things that is great for chop and drop for that mulch and compost. I will show you one that I just did recently and you can see how much it's grown already. So this one, we just trimmed, cut it all down less than 2 weeks ago, and you can see it's already flushing out a lot of new growth all over the place. So this grows back super fast. It's very easy to maintain. Literally don't do anything. It manages itself. And I've even read that it's as good as chicken manure for breaking down and providing nutrients for your plants. Fail number 2 is planting tropicals and making mistakes with those. Those can be anything from, like for us, just not understanding the tropicals and where to plant them, how to plant them, when to plant them, how to care for them. But some of the other things that that others have run into is planting them and then too close to when they could get a frost or a freeze, which does happen here in Florida. Some of the tropicals can get a freeze. Hello, Henry. Coming from Wisconsin and planting tropicals, we didn't know anything, so we made a ton of mistakes. So this banana that we have here is the same age as one of the other first bananas that we put in, and that other banana we planted in a much better location, managed it better, and we even harvested our first bunch of bananas from this plant that I'll show you in just a minute, and it was amazing. Never had homegrown bananas before. This banana, in contrast to the other one, is huge. These are just the pups that have come up. We've already cut down our first banana, the plant, because the bunch of bananas was already done. A couple of the things that we did with this banana to help it grow better was to make sure it had water when we were in the dry season. We also, when we cleaned the chicken coops, put all of that material underneath our banana trees in order to help them. They are heavy feeders. I mean, the pups are getting really big, and probably a year, and we should see this one producing another bunch of bananas for us. We have another pup coming up. Check that out. Look at that. Awesome. Fail number 3 is forgetting about the water, either overdoing it or not doing it enough. We definitely get a dry season here in Florida, and we're probably leaning toward the overwatering. That's something that we are starting to dial in now. We have put in some irrigation, and they're just the little lines that have the sprayers attached to it, and that allows us to water a large area quickly with relatively inexpensive materials, and that saves us a ton of time, so we're not having to manually water everything. Fail number 4 is forgetting the layering. Nature loves layers. Monoculture is fighting against nature, but when you layer your plants with your overstory, your understory, and then your ground cover, that's going to give you a much better environment for the plants. It's going to have them work together, so they'll be supporting each other, and you have to do a lot less work. In this particular plant guild, we've got some beans growing here. This is these are supposed to be purple hull beans. They're not turning very purple, but they will be a nitrogen fixer for our overstory and our understory plants. So this is kind of like the ground cover level. We also let the grass grow. We don't pull it all out because that produces additional shade for the ground, so we don't have a lot of evaporation of the moisture. So here we have some understory plants, which is going to be our sorrel and our cassava back here, which are going to be the next layer up, which is going to provide a little bit of shade and help those understory plants be protected from the sun. And then for our overstory, we have our mango. This is not a very large mango tree yet. It will get bigger and provide a canopy for our plants and stuff that are growing underneath it. It also provides a nice solid root structure for things to hold that soil in place and help keep the nutrients and things from washing away. Fail number 5 is underestimating pests and disease. We planted citrus very early on because we moved to Florida. We thought, yeah, citrus, let's do it. This is our poor Rio Red grapefruit tree. We have a bag over it now. This poor thing is suffering from the citrus greening. It's looking a lot better now that we put the bag over it, but when we first planted this, it just got devastated by the citrus greening. Not only that, but we found Sri Lankan weevils, a little white bug, loves to munch on citrus. So it got devastated, almost completely defoliated from that bug. So underestimating those pests and the diseases is also another big fail. We had some friends come from the University of Florida, and they gave us a bunch of information. They gave us these bags and told us how to more manage them. You can really never get away from the citrus greening. I'm going to do an in-depth video on that, but they gave us information on how to manage it, including putting the bags over them to help prevent them from getting reinfected, and some other things that I'll go into in that video. So a big shout out to the University of Florida. They were an immense help. I'll put a link to their website in the description so you guys can check that out and use that resource as well. All right, all of that was a lot, I know. Don't let these things scare you though. We've made lots of changes here. We've made lots of mistakes, but we've also learned from them. What mistakes have you made? And how have you changed the way that you do your planting? Let us know in the comments. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.